Okay, right now I'm going to start on the rectifiers and diodes, and these have to be orientated in a certain way because you have the anode part of the diode and rectifier that has to be on the board correctly. So we have uh, 1N 4002 silicone rectifiers. They got 1, 2, there's just some more up here. 3, 4 of those, and 2 of the 1N 914A silicone diodes. So they put these in a static bag here. So electrostatic sensitive device. So you have to be you should have the static mat, and you should have the wrist strap on. So I'm going to open this up. And this has transistors in here too. This has diodes, transistors, voltage regulators, and the quartz crystal. And these are some transistors. And they're on that funny looking paper with the holes. I think this is for a automatic insertion machine. Let's get these diodes out. Go. Here we go. So I'm pretty sure that these here are the 1N 4002 silicone rectifiers. So I'll check that out. So I want those. And the transistors and stuff like that we can put back into the electrostatic bag here. Or static shield bag, I guess I should say. Put those back in. We don't need the quartz crystal yet. Toss that in there. Toss that in there. Some kind of voltage regulator, but they don't ask for that yet. Put that in there. And let's see. Here's another transistor. Let's see. We've got a green LED. That's cool. Light green. These are 2 smaller diodes. I'm pretty sure those are the 1N 914As because there's only 2 of those. And there's 4 of these. So I'm going to get started to install these right now. Yeah, these pups here are definitely labeled 4002s. So those are definitely the right ones. I wanted to just double check that. But I kind of knew they were because there's 4 of them and we need 4 of them. But it's always good to check the numbers just to get acquainted with how they're labeled, you know? So there they are. This little diode, you have to be Superman to read the number. And I got the lens and all that, but the number's on there, but it's pretty almost impossible to read. But as long as I can see the black band on there, band's on the right side, then I know how to put that in so that the anode is orientated correctly. Diodes are in. The larger ones are in there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The little small guys are right there. Ta-da, ta-da. Now for the dip switches. Dips. Dual inline package. Okay, I got the dip switches in. And they're pretty easy to put in. It looks pretty good. What I'm going to do though is next is this thing. It's called like your jumper pins, and these you got to separate with a sharp knife. So you got to be careful the parts don't fly around because parts will fly. So I got to get me a sharp kind of knife to separate these bad boys. And you use 5 of these. And those are for your jumpers, your boxcar jumpers that you kind of put on top there. I guess that's what they're using. That's what I used to call them, boxcar jumpers, and you could kind of stick them on there. Okay, so I gotta do that. I'm gonna do capacitors. So I'm just gonna progress. Then I'm gonna like catch up to show you what I did. Okay, this part has never been performed or attempted in Lockmeister history ever. I'm gonna try it. Let's see. I gotta move this out of the way. Let me do that. Now what I'm gonna do is put this down here. Like that. This is a piece of tile. Backside of it. I got this thing here. That's the jumper. And I got this thing here. X-Acto knife. Or something like an X-Acto knife. So, I'm going to put my lens over it. See if I could cut this thing. This has never been attempted before, ever. In the history of mankind. No, just kidding. I gotta cut this. But without losing the part, that's right. And without cutting my finger off. Man, that's tough plastic too. Try closer here. Ha-ha! Look. I did it. I did it. Separated one jumper. So now I gotta do another one. Without slicing my finger. Without squirting the part. Man, that is tough plastic. Man, I ain't joking on it. There it is, too. Ha ha. Okay. I'm actually doing this. I can't believe it. I cannot do this without the magnifying glass looking through it. So I just wanted to mention to you kids that you need a magnifying glass to do this stuff. Not unless you got really good sharp vision, because these things are tiny parts. You could hurt yourself too. So don't try this at home. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer. Okay, it's 3. Now I'm doing it like it says to do it. That's 4. I need 5, and they give you 1 extra in case you screw one up. Which, it would have been nice if they gave you 2 extra, but there you go, I did it. So now I gotta install those on the board. Okay, I got all those little jumper pins installed. That was certainly fun. What you have to do is, they don't tell you the instructions, but you have to kind of hold the other side of the board, hold the pins with your fingernail. You hold it with your fingernail, then carefully put it down on the mat. And I was lucky because, see, the mat has like these little bumps in it when it was folded. So I just put it right over that little bump to hold the thing from falling out, the little jumper pins from falling out. So they came out pretty good. Notice that these are on a slight angle, and that's because it seemed like just the way they were made, they want to go in. The pins are, they go in there, but like the plastic is on a slight angle or something. But they are flush against the board. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're flush in the board and the pins are in all the way and they're soldered good. So if it's on a slight angle, it doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to finally get to the ceramic capacitors here. And I just wanted to point out that they have a bunch of ceramic capacitors. It's a quality kit. These ceramic caps are high quality. The This capacitor here, it says that you install the, let's see, 560 picofarad for use of a vertical antenna. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to use the 820 picofarad cap for the supplied in-home broadcasting antenna. I'm going to do that one. Because we all want to be legal, don't we? So the external antenna is going to be a lot. And see, I live kind of close to a FCC monitoring post. So I don't want to be ticking anyone off at the FCC. So I'm going to do the 820 picofarad and supply it for in-home broadcasting right there. That's what I'm going to do. Here's my 16 0.1 microfarad. And if you look real close, here, I'll bring this thing over here. If you look real close, you can see a 104 printed on there. So that's for 0.1 microfarad, the 104. And this is also on like this paper with the holes on, and that's for the automatic insertion equipment for automation of population of the boards. So we're going to put all those in right now. Okay, I have all those little bypass capacitors all soldered in now. Now basically just trim all these leads here. Okay, how about this little bugger, huh? It says 561. So that's the ceramic capacitor that I would use if I had base load vertical antenna, which I'm not going to use. But as you can see, I need 2 magnifying glasses to see that. But you could just barely see it. This is small. And I don't know how they even printed numbers on this thing. Unbelievable. This is pretty small too. It says 102. And that means it's a 1000 picofarad. But you see like the size difference there? That's small, dudes. How about this puppy? Like, okay, I need a microscope to read this one. Actually, I lucked out. I could read it with the dual magnifying glasses. And it's 103. So that is 0.01 microfarad ceramic multi-layer capacitor. Okay, kids, that's looking at it through my lens. And you can see the aberration in that lens there. Pretty cool, huh? And I got all the ceramics in. Let's see the other side here. That's all the soldering. Let's see what it looks like without that. So it's shaping up. But this is probably a good place to stop, because I got all those ceramics in, and all those little buggers were a real pain trying to see the numbers on those things. So take it easy. Have a great day. Bye.